So you already know how this works. I show you a bunch of products, but only one of them is the correct answer. And to all the audiophiles watching this video, I don't know jack about audio quality. You could probably tell that through my videos, but I do know a good product when I see one. This video will be about your main daily drivers. So if you own multiple devices on this list, then think about it like this. Imagine you're just sitting down, could be on a bus, could be in a library, or could be just in your room. What is that one headphone you would always have on you, regardless of the situation? Now, if these wired Sonys or Panasonics, specifically model number HV094GU are your daily drivers, then bruh, I'm not gonna lie to you, your life is kinda like these wires. You have about 23 of these lying around your house because you buy a new pair from your university campus store each time you forget to take them with you. Not only are you taking a big steamy dump on the environment, but if you weren't so forgetful, you could have saved your money just a little bit to get something that's infinitely times better. Look, I get it. You're probably still a student and audio quality isn't your biggest priority, but seriously, get your shit together. 3 out of 10. If you're still rocking these Apple wired earpods, everything else you own is pretty much falling apart. Your shoes are at least 20 years old and your pants are at least 57, but you don't really mind because they do the job. These earpods sound pretty decent for the price, good treble and alright bass, and just like their earpods, you're very reliable. But I just wish you would fix your phone screen though, because that has more cracks than a road in Auckland City. You prefer reliability over convenience, and you like to see the beauty in all things, for what they are, and the story behind them. 7 out of 10, and bonus half a point if you need to angle it just right for the audio to work. So I used to really hate on these for looking like bean sprouts. But Apple's made some iterations that make them objectively one of the best headphones on the market right now. You're a bit of a minimalist, and you love convenience. But more than that, you love how they make you feel. You go out a lot and rarely ever stay home. I mean, how else would people know that you have the AirPods Pro Generation 2? But your wallet wishes you would stay the f home. Unfortunately, you have a very serious addiction to your phone that seems to get worse day by day. But 9 out of 10, pretty valid. So the AirPods Max. You have a very fat wallet, but you are too easily influenced by other people, or you have absolutely no money because you just keep giving it to Mr. Cook here. Either way, you need to delete Pinterest and TikTok right now. When it first came out, you thought, wow, those are kinda ugly. Why would anyone buy them? And now look at you. Your younger self would be so disappointed, but you've convinced yourself you've made a good purchase because, well, I would too if I dropped this kind of money on a pair of headphones. I mean, come on, Tim. Why are we still paying this much for something released in 2020? It's so impractically designed. It's heavy, very inconvenient to carry around, and charges through lightning? 5 out of 10. If Beats are your dailies, then you are a hardcore gym rat. Now, I'm not saying you have anger issues, but you've probably punched a hole in the wall sometime in your life. You're a little bit younger and a little bit edgy, because ain't nobody over the age of 25 are still using Beats. Beats Solo 3? More like, your standards are so low for me.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
You unironically listen to hardstyle outside the gym, and I recommend you take a hearing test because all that bass cannot be good for your ears. But you appreciate the classics, you like to dress in comfortable clothing, you're super energetic, and you're like the hype man in all your friend groups. And you're pretty easy to get along with. 4 out of 10. Like most German brands, quality is undeniable. But also like most German brands, the people that tend to use them are a bit snobby. If the mass drop Sennheisers or the HD650s are your dailies, then you have great taste. I would definitely consider you an audiophile, but you will never hesitate to tell me that either. Hey buddy, I'm an audiophile. Your job has nothing to do with audio, but you have a lot of high-end audio equipment lying around your house for some reason. Good mics, good headphones, great speakers, all to watch YouTube videos. You are a perfectionist, and you probably never leave your house because outside sound is bad quality. Even if you use the Momentum 4s or the wireless buds, you have a bit of a superiority complex that makes you think that your taste in everything is a little bit better than everyone else. But hey, you have great headphones. So 8 out of 10. If you prefer the Bose, then you're a little bit older, and you are a busy professional. Like the Bose 700s, you like luxury and you like to indulge in premium products and services from time to time, but oftentimes you're not actually buying the best that money can get you. I mean, the Bose 700s look kinda ass, and if you have the QC45s, then you're a bit of a hipster, but the same still applies. Something about Bose tells me that you take frequent flights and tend to use the noise cancelling for a lot of conference calls. You're a podcast guy. In fact, you don't actually listen to a lot of music through these. For what they are expensive as hell. You definitely got money, but deliberately chose not to go for the AirPods Max. So 7 out of 10. Now, Sony's sound great for the price, but fall off a bit in the design department. If Sony's are your dailies, then you might just be an NPC. Sony XM5s can be divided into two groups. If you have the black ones, then you are a sweaty tech nerd. In fact, the only reason why you bought them in the first place is because this guy, and this guy told you so. And they're right. They sound great, and the noise cancelling is insane. The problem is that you don't have much of a personality, because everything you buy, everything you do, is what gets recommended to you. But you're pretty chill, so 9 out of 10. Great choice. If you own the beige ones, then I can guarantee you they're barely ever turned on. They're purely for aesthetics. You wear a lot of fuzzy clothing like knits and beanies, and at this point they've just turned into earmuffs. It's a fashion accessory, and you don't really care about tech or the functionality behind it, you just like how they look in your fit pics. 7 out of 10. Samsung is kinda like Sony, they're priced relatively cheaper and they're marketed for everyone, but they're not as NPC. I was going to say that you're broke, but in 2023, the buds are actually not that cheap. If you're a buds user, then I can guarantee you, you have never touched a single Apple product in your life. Or a woman. You are strictly Android, and are really proud of it. You fight valiantly for Android rights, and for some reason you are quite family oriented as well. You are really conscious about price to value, even if it means putting literal beans in your ears. You are stubborn as hell, quite practical, and a big tech nerd, but rather than a sweaty one, you're pretty active and outgoing. 6 out of 10.